The Galactic Council chambers had never been so divided. Representatives from 100 worlds argued, shouted, and gestured with whatever appendages their species possessed. At the center of the chaos stood the human ambassador, James Morrison, his face calm despite the storm around him. The humans must be dealt with preemptively, thundered the Vikari delegate, his forearms emphasizing each point. Their expansion rate is unprecedented. Their military growth exponential. If we don't act now, you would have us become the very monsters we fear they might be? The voice cut through the noise like a blade through silk. All heads turned to the figure who rarely spoke in these sessions, Sage Zealoth of the Eternal Contemplation. The prophet was ancient even by galactic standards. His species, the Yuhani, had achieved spaceflight before most worlds had discovered fire. Yet they remained pacifists, observers, chroniclers of the universe's unfolding story. When Zealoth spoke, even the most militant species listened. I have studied humanity extensively, Zealoth continued, his iridescent form shifting colors with each word. They possess a unique trait among all known sapients. They transform based on how they are treated. Show them friendship and they will die defending you. Show them hostility. He paused, his ancient eyes focusing on the Vikari delegate. If you strike first, they'll never stop. The Vikari scoffed. Prophets, riddles, and mysticism. We need action, not philosophy. 3 months later, the Vikari Dominion launched their preemptive strike. They chose the human colony of New Osaka, population 3 million. The attack was swift, brutal, and complete. No survivors. The Vikari broadcast the destruction across human space as a warning. Submit or face extinction. James Morrison stood in the emergency session of Earth's Parliament, watching the footage of New Osaka's destruction. Children's playgrounds vaporized. Hospitals turned to ash. He thought of his niece who had been visiting the colony. 7 years old. Loved butterflies. The Galactic Council has condemned the attack, an aide reported. Several species offer military support. Morrison shook his head slowly. No, this is our response to make. What followed would be remembered in galactic history as the Unstoppable War. Humanity didn't just retaliate, they revolutionized warfare itself. Where the Vikari expected immediate counterstrikes against military targets, humans did something unprecedented. They studied. They planned. They evolved their entire civilization around a single purpose, ensuring the Vikari could never threaten anyone again. Human scientists working 20-hour days developed weapons that bypassed Vikari shields. Human diplomats turned the Dominion's allies against them with evidence of planned betrayals. Human spies infiltrated so deeply that Vikari commanders couldn't trust their own shadows. But it was the human colonists who truly embodied Zealoth's prophecy. Every destroyed human settlement spawned 10 more, each one a fortress. Every fallen human soldier inspired 100 volunteers. The species that had been content with slow expansion suddenly exploded across the galaxy like an unstoppable tide. The Vikari sued for peace after 1 year. Humanity refused. They sued again after 5 years, offering reparations. Humanity refused. After a decade, the Vikari Dominion had shrunk to a handful of systems. Their mighty fleets were scrap. Their warrior culture broken. Ambassador Morrison, now Admiral Morrison, stood on the bridge of humanity's flagship as it entered the Vikari home system. Sir, his lieutenant reported, Sage Zealoth requests communication. The ancient prophet's image appeared, his form now flickering with age. Admiral Morrison, I beg you to remember what you once were. The Vikari have learned their lesson. End this. Morrison's eyes were cold as deep space. They killed 3 million people, Sage. Children. Families. They thought we were weak because we chose peace. They were wrong. And what will you become if you continue? The very monsters they claimed you were. Morrison was quiet for a long moment. No, Sage. We'll become something worse. We'll become what the galaxy needs us to be, the reason no one ever strikes first again. The final battle was no battle at all. Humanity's fleets surrounded the Vikari homeworld, weapons powered but not firing. They waited, For 3 days, the planet below watched death hover above them. Then, humanity broadcasted a single message to every world in the galaxy. We choose mercy. But remember, we didn't have to. The fleets withdrew, leaving the Vikari to rebuild. But the message was clear. Humanity could have ended them, would have ended them, but chose not to. The mercy was more terrifying than any weapon. In the Galactic Council, Sage Zelith addressed the assembled worlds one last time before his death. The humans have shown you all a truth. They mirror what you bring to them. The Vikari brought death and found annihilation waiting. But notice, those who brought friendship found allies beyond measure. Those who brought trade found partners eager to deal. Those who brought knowledge found students hungry to learn. He looked directly at the restored Vikari delegate, who could not meet his gaze. They have given the galaxy a gift, the knowledge that humanity will be exactly what we make them. Choose wisely. Years later, as humanity took their place among the great powers of the galaxy, children of all species learned the same lesson in their history classes. The humans never struck first. But if you did, they'd never stop. And in the deep archives of the eternal contemplation, Sage Zelith's final recording played on repeat, a warning and a promise. They are the mirror of our intentions. Look carefully at what you show them, for you will see it reflected back 1,000-fold. The galaxy learned. No one struck first anymore.